Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Ain't ready for this.
Oh shit!
Alright. This is my second attempt to record this because the first round did not go well. Actually, not because of an equipment failure like it normally is, but actually just because I kept fumbling over my words for some reason. Oh, I'm already talking much, much better. Hello, it's PJ here to give you another Root Tooty Fresh and Fruity review for you. Today, no, that's not true. Last night, I saw the last movie I'm going to see in theaters, as far as I know, of 2017. And it was Pitch Perfect 3. Now, going in, I had moderately low expectations. Not because I'm not a fan of the franchise. On the contrary, I consider myself a massive defender of the franchise, always have been. But it's just that going into this movie, all I can think of were the underwhelming trailers, first of all, that were just like, okay, another one. Oh, DJ Khaled was in it. He was in it. I'll get to that later. But no, on top of that, all I could think of was the previous movie, Pitch Perfect 2, which was just fucking awful. It wasn't that bad, but it certainly wasn't good. It was racist. It was sloppy. It felt unnecessary. Like, it didn't feel like it needed to exist. So, with another one seeming to round off my year of very bizarre movies.
Oh, holy!
It's not so bad. Smells like discipline.
I went into this movie with the bar set moderately low. But I'm happy to report I left pleasantly surprised. So let's get right into the review, shall we? Let's start with the characters, as usual. One of the best parts of Pitch Perfect has always been the very unique and memorable cast of characters. Of course, this movie continues where the previous movie left off, choosing to include the newcomers. I don't actually know any of their names, which probably isn't good, but I don't know these two new girls' names either, so let's just call them Haley and the Hispanic girl. I think her name is actually Florencia. I think I looked that up. Anyway, Haley and Florencia. Emily? You know who I'm talking about. So, the movie once again did an excellent job. The screen time was divided admirably, and each girl played a good role, and they even managed to make the Hispanic girl, tolerable? And even nice to listen to and watch. She has a great voice. Go figure. So yeah, the classic characters were all perfect. And there's a lot of even newer characters too. You have Evermoist, the all-girl band led by Ruby Rose. And we've got a rap duo, and we also have a country group too. Surprisingly enough, everyone was super cool. I mean, everyone, including Evermoist, kind of vanished pretty quickly as the movie's plot progressed. But during their brief scenes, they were awesome. Seeing the other bands, specifically the rappers, made me assume that they were going to be played off as joke characters. But actually, I was really stoked to see that they made everyone really interesting and fun. They even made me enjoy a country group, which is this. Have you seen The Color of My Skin? It's unprecedented. But yeah, old and new, the characters are probably the best part about the movie. Plot and writing, they're both fantastic. I didn't stop laughing at all. And they incorporated bits that made the original movie such a blast, as well as including some fresh and cool elements from very different movies of very different genres. But despite that, the tone stayed very consistent, which is hard. And even when it got emotional, it still never lost its path and its vision of what it wanted to be and where it wanted to go. The writing is so fast-paced and sharp. At certain points, you're probably so busy laughing at the previous joke that you miss the next. And I really love that about movies like this because it gives you a reason to rewatch them. As somebody who doesn't really rewatch movies that much, despite owning a lot of movies, it's cool to have an excuse to go back and revisit them. And with a movie like this, with just non-stop jokes, that's a legitimate reason because you're going to notice something you didn't notice before or hear something you didn't hear before, I guess. Finally, I'm going to go into the music. I'm not going to download it or anything, but within the context of the movie, it was fantastic. It really, really blew me away. Some really intense and memorable scenes were accented perfectly with a really great song. The toxic scene, the performance montage, and the last song all come to mind as standout moments that really struck a chord. I think that's also a musical pun. All in all, awesome moments, fun callbacks to the original, and plenty of new material to keep you glued to the screen. So let's just jump right into the rating now. I'm going to go ahead and give Pitch Perfect 3 a 4 out of 5. At one point, I was genuinely considering giving it a 4.5, but the ending, admittedly, was pretty abrupt, so I didn't really get that full closure I would have liked. But that being said, it's a pretty perfect way to end this trilogy. It totally makes up for the previous movie, and it just gets me excited to rewatch the first one again. So, for a fan of these movies, you're going to love it. Clearly. But for someone who's not, and there really seem to be some strong negative feelings towards these movies for whatever reason, you won't enjoy it, obviously. I'm super happy that such a pleasant and wholesome surprise was my last movie of the year. I wasn't expecting to feel about it how I did, but here we are. Anyway, that's basically all I have to say about it. If you like the other two movies, you're definitely going to like this one. And it was a very satisfying way to wrap everything up. It was very wholesome, it was emotional, the music was great, the characters are great, and it was hilarious. And it did that weird thing where comedy trilogies kind of try to jump into an action, they try to mix action in there for some reason. That keeps happening. I don't know why, but they did it pretty well. All things considered, I think they did an awesome job. So that's about it. My next video is going to be my 2017 roundup video, where I kind of just list my top 5 movies of the year, explain why they are my top 5 movies of the year, because a few of them I watched before I started doing these reviews. And I'm also planning to do a new segment that I'm working on. I'm writing a script for it right now. I'm also doing an explanation for my grading scale that I'm going to get to very, very soon. So, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for watching. Keep a lookout for all my new content coming. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay gold. I'll see you in 2018 as a 23-year-old because it's almost my birthday. So, send me something if you want. I don't know. Nothing really comes to mind.
Newts.
Nothing comes to mind at all. I can't think of it.
No.
Can't think of anything. I'm sorry. But, if you feel so inclined, here's my... I'm not going to link my address. See everybody. Hopefully. Take care. Don't drink and drive.
Timmy, where's Lassie?
She's out in the orchard, Ma. Peaches are coming in mighty early this year.
Newts.
You know what they say, Timmy. Early peaches, long summer.
Newts.
What's that, Lassie?
No.